Fellas, today we are going to be changing the NBA as we're going to be using this random wheel to trade the top 30 guards in the league to different teams. So guards like Steph Curry, Shai-Alexander, Luka Doncic will all have new teams to play for, and we're going to simulate the next season in the NBA with all these guards traded to see what happens and who wins. So fellas, without further ado, this NBA 2K24 simulation begins here with the wheel draft, so let's get right into it. Here we go. Well fellas, here we are on the most famous wheel on Halftime Productions, and we have all 30 of the NBA teams and all 30 of the top guards on NBA 2K, and we begin with Luka Doncic, number 1 overall, as he will go to the Memphis Grizzlies, staying in the West. And do you guys agree, is Luka Doncic the best guard in the NBA right now? I mean, after the Olympics, you might say Steph Curry, but this guy right here is an absolute baller. Shai-Alexander is head of the Sacramento Kings in this simulation, and here is Steph Curry, who had an amazing Olympic tournament run, and he will be going to the Eastern Conference, joining Joel Embiid on the 76ers. Oh my goodness, that team is going to be tough. Anyways, Ant-Man is up next. Anthony Edwards is going to be going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. He remains in the West, and Anthony Edwards has turned into a superstar in the NBA. As now up, Devin Booker, who also played very well in the Olympics, will be staying in the West, going to the LA Lakers. So he doesn't travel that very far, but he joins LeBron and AD, so a new big three in Los Angeles. As now going to the Denver Nuggets will be Jalen Brunson, and Jalen Brunson is at number 6 overall on the guards list. I mean, he had an unbelievable last year for the New York Knicks. And now going to the New Orleans Pelicans will be Kyrie Irving. So Kyrie Irving is head of the Pelicans in today's simulation. And guys, NBA 2K25 comes out very soon. This might be one of the few last 2K24 simulations. And now joining Giannis Antetokounmpo in Milwaukee will be Ja Morant. And I feel like a lot of people forget how good Ja Morant is. I mean, obviously he had the off-the-court stuff and he hasn't played really much, but I mean, he was a beast a couple of years ago, and I still think he has the potential to be an NBA MVP. But now going to the Dallas Mavericks, we see Donovan Mitchell. But like I was saying, Ja Morant, absolute beast. I think he's having a great year next year. And now going to the Chicago Bulls, we got Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton had a great season last year for the Pacers. And man, I'm not gonna lie, Tyrese Halliburton is one of my favorite guards in the NBA right now. But going to the Miami Heat, we got Damian Lillard. Heat fans, you finally get Damian Lillard. How ironic is that? In this simulation, Dame is headed to Miami. And now going to the Phoenix Suns is Paul George. He's at number 12 and a 90 overall. It's crazy. I feel like 2K disrespects Paul George. I think he's way better than a 90 overall, but we're going by the rosters here. And now going to the Houston Rockets, we got Tyrese Maxey, who just had an absolute unbelievable season last year for the Sixers. And now at number 14, we got De'Aaron Fox of the Sacramento Kings, and he is head of the Eastern Conference, joining the New York Knicks. And that Knicks team had a great offseason, getting Mikal Bridges, re-signing Anunoby. However, now we are halfway through. We got Trae Young up next, and he is head of the Western Conference, joining the Portland Trail Blazers. What a young team out there. So let's see if Portland can make a playoff move with Trae Young now in the squad. And here is Jamal Murray going to the LA Clippers. So Jamal Murray will be paired up with Kawhi Leonard in the simulation. Remember, this is only shooting guards and point guards, as Drew Holiday is next up for my Boston Celtics, and he'll now be playing for the North. The Toronto Raptors get Drew Holiday, and man, Drew Holiday is only an 88 overall, but his impact's a 99. And going to the San Antonio Spurs, we got LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball on the Hornets. It's just been bad because that team has not been good. We haven't really got to see him in the playoffs, but now going to the Boston Celtics will be DeJounte Murray. He actually just got traded to the Pelicans in the offseason, so he goes from the Pelicans to the Celtics. And now next up, we got Derek White, who will go to the Atlanta Hawks, and he's going to lead them to a championship. I just know Derek White, one of my favorite players. Honestly, a top 10 guard, if we're being honest, in terms of impact, but now we're going to, maybe the Celtics bias is coming out right now. I'm sorry, guys. Anyways, it is Cade Cunningham who is now going to the Charlotte Hornets in this simulation. So now at number 22, we got Bradley Beal of the Phoenix Suns. He will head to the Indiana Pacers. So he goes back to the Eastern Conference. Bradley Beal, who's only been on 2 teams in real life, is now going to be on 3. Anyway, so going to the Warriors will be James Harden. Man, if you said this like 10 years ago or 5 years ago, it'd be crazy, but it still is crazy in the simulation. And now headed to the Minnesota Timberwolves will be Fred VanVleet. And guys, remember to comment down below your favorite guard in the NBA at the moment. Obviously, if I had to go with somebody, I'm not going to go with somebody from the Celtics. I'm honestly going to have to pick, I like Anthony Edwards a lot, and I also like Tyrese Halliburton, so those would be my 2 picks. Anyways, Now, let's see, going to the Brooklyn Nets. We do got CJ McCollum as Desmond Bane just got drafted on the wheel. So a couple teams, a couple players left, only 4. And headed to the Detroit Pistons, it will be Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine 5 years ago would be in the top 15. Now he's all the way down to number 27 in terms of guards. As Jalen Suggs cracks the top 30, and he will be going from the Magic to the Washington Wizards. He remains in the East. And Tyler Hero will no longer be in Miami as he is headed to the West, joining the Utah Jazz. Meaning the last player is Klay Thompson at an 84 overall, and Klay Thompson will be playing in the Eastern Conference on the Orlando Magic. But fellas, that wraps up the wheel. Let's head on to NBA 2K24 and simulate the season. And here we are on NBA 2K24. I just got done filling out the roster, so everything is accurate to the wheel. We're going to briefly go over them and simulate the season, but Steph Curry is now on the 76ers. Of course, we have Jared McCann, all the updated rookies as well, but Curry and Embiid on the same team, Giannis and Morant on the same team. I mean, this simulation made so many interesting duos. And guys, as we go over the rosters, comment down below your favorite team or the team that you think is just going to win it all. Obviously, I'm going to root for my Boston Celtics. I'm a huge Celtics fan, even though I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. However, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, now DeJounte Murray on the squad. This will be the next season in the NBA simulated. Of course, like we see, all the updated transactions. Kawhi Leonard, Jamal Murray, the Grizzlies, Luka Doncic, and Marcus Smart. I mean, that could be the best backcourt in NBA history. You've got the greatest offensive player in the league and the greatest defensive player in the league, as Derek White's going to be in charge of the Atlanta Hawks this season. And Damian Lillard finally in Miami. He landed on the Heat in the wheel draft. He joins Bam and Jimmy Butler. And can the Heat win a championship? I mean, with that roster, they're going to definitely be a top 4 team in the East. That's just my prediction. But Tyler Hero, a new resurgence in Utah with Larry Markkinen. Sacramento keeps the roast because he's a small forward. And they have Shai-Alexander and some bonus. That team is tough, as Fox is in New York. But guys, this is going to be such a fun simulation. I love doing these wheel trade videos because in these wheel draft videos, you have no idea what to expect. You can get new big threes like Booker, AD, and Davis. And especially in this simulation, trading the top 30 guards, it just makes everything more crazy because the top 30 guards are just insane. I mean, you got Curry, Luka, Shai Alexander, Anthony Edwards. To be honest, the guards run the NBA. You might disagree and say the small forwards or the centers, but the guards are the best players, just in my opinion. I mean, it's actually hard to say that because Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, but I don't know. Anyways, we're almost done looking at the rosters, but I am already excited for the next NBA season. I mean, it's going to start late October, and right now it's the end of August. Obviously, if you like the NFL, football's on, but basketball season is just so much fun. Every night there are games, and all the teams who didn't make the playoffs last season, finally we get to see them again, like the Houston Rockets, because they have been not playing basketball in months. Like for my Celtics, I literally just watched them 2 months ago because they went into June because they were in the finals, obviously. But for some teams I know you guys are fans of that don't make the playoffs, you don't see them for a long time after the season's over. And now coming to an end here in the rosters, we see the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Portland Blazers with Trae Young, the Golden State Warriors who got James Harden, and last but not least, Jalen Suggs on the Wizards with Kuzma, Valanciunas. But anyways, fellas, let's simulate to the end of the season to see which teams make the playoffs and who will win the MVP. So guys, let's get there now. And the MVP goes to no guard. It goes to Jokic, who wins again, averaging a triple-double for the Denver Nuggets. What a season for Jokic. Porzingis comes off the bench in Boston and averages 18 to win 6th Man of the Year. Wemby, Defensive Player of the Year with 24 points. What a season. As Jalen Johnson with 20 points in Atlanta, Most Improved Player. And Ja Morant, now of the Milwaukee Bucks, wins Clutch Player of the Year with 27 points. And leading the league in points, it was Luka Doncic with 29 a game. Right behind him, Donovan Mitchell, Joel Embiid, Ja Morant, Stephen Curry. So Joel Embiid and Stephen Curry on the same team in the top 5. That Sixer team was dominant, as there's the top 15. And there's Zach LaVine, a resurgence on the Pistons, as Sabonis with 14 rebounds a game, by far the leader in rebounds. He had a great season for the Sacramento Kings. And assists per game goes to Jokic, the MVP. And it's crazy that the assist leaders nowadays are the big guys, not even the guards. And now to the standings in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers hold the 1 spot, the Knicks right behind them, Atlanta with Derek White, how about that? Orlando, Toronto, Detroit. Oh my goodness, this NBA is completely different, as they're the play-in tournament. How did the Celtics only win 40 games and the Wizards will finish last in the Eastern Conference? As now going to the West, it will be the Denver Nuggets with Brunson and Jokic with the 1 spot, OKC 2, 3 are the Kings, Rockets make the 4 spot, the 5 Clippers, Lakers, Spurs, Jazz, Mavericks, and the Grizzlies as the other teams who did not make it. The Suns finished last, and we are finally here to the postseason, but of course with the first simulate the play-in tournament games, which we're going to do very quickly. There are the teams in the West, and there are the teams in the East. Man, these play-in tournament games are crazy. Miami, Philly, Boston, Milwaukee. Anyways, guys, let's simulate real quick, and bam! There are the teams now that make it. We got the Grizzlies, Bucks, Sixers, and Spurs who squeak in after winning in the play-in tournaments. And so here's the 16-team bracket for today's simulation. Hopefully your favorite team is still in it, and it is your last chance to comment down below your predictions. All these games are simulated with live scenarios here on NBA 2K24. This is the NBA after trading the top 30 guards. So without further ado, fellas, the road to the NBA Finals begins here in the very first round. So go sit down, go relax, and let the madness begin. Here we go. We will begin the first round in LA where the Clippers will beat the Rockets in a sweep. And this duo of Jamal Murray and Kawhi Leonard is working out very well together as the Clippers move on, and Tyrese Maxey and this Houston Rockets team is eliminated. As now we have a close one in Memphis. It's Luka versus Jokic. Luka puts in the layup and we are tied at 135. The one-seeded Nuggets, however, lead the series 3 games to nothing. So can they close it out on the road? Meanwhile, for the Grizzlies trying to keep their series alive, Brunson looking for Jokic. This new duo in Denver. Jokic flips it up and in. Over Clark, it was too easy. And he silences the crowd with 40 seconds. Luka Doncic having an amazing game, going against his former teammate in Brunson. Breaks his ankles and puts in the 3. Luka Magic doing it all for Memphis. 34 seconds. I mean, that was insane. Jalen Brunson's got to get his get back as Brunson the screen finds Jokic. It's too easy. What a game we got going on. 27 seconds. But I can't believe this Memphis team is an 8 seed. They're playing like a top 3 seed as Doncic doing it all. Can he do some more? Euro. Oh my goodness. This may be the greatest performance of all time in these simulations. Doncic can't miss. And now the Nuggets are down by 1. 11 seconds. A basket here wins them the series. Brunson against Doncic. Looking for Jokic. Jokic in the paint against Clark. Backing his way down. Spin. And in. They should have brought the double. It was too easy for Jokic. 2.1 seconds. Doncic to save the season. And it almost goes in, but it ultimately is off the mark. And the Denver Nuggets pull off an amazing win in an all-time game here in Memphis as the Grizzlies season is now over. And now we're off to Cleveland where the number 1 seed in the East will go down to the 8 seeded Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games. It was too easy for this 8 seeded Milwaukee Bucks team over Morant and Antetokounmpo. I don't know how they were an 8 seed, but definitely one you don't want to go up in the first round, and a disappointing way to end the season for the 1 seeded Cavs. And now off to Los Angeles, the Lakers and the Kings battling it out. 40 seconds here in a game 6. Sacramento leads 3-2, looking to close it out. Booker and the Lakers trying to force 7. Booker going at Herder with the left hand. It's in. How about Devin Booker? Straight to the Lakers on the wheelchair at the beginning of the video, and has a big impact in this game 6. And here is SGA now on the Kings, going at Russell. Shai-Alexander goes at Davis and scores. The Giant Slayer. SGA puts Sacramento up by 2. And now only 17 seconds. Lakers season on the line. They need to force a game 7. LeBron James in the paint against DeRozan. LeBron! No, Sabonis to rebound. The Lakers don't get it to go, and they have to foul twice here in this situation with 6.7 seconds. And they foul SGA, so in the bonus, 2 free throws can end it. He gets the first. Shai-Alexander to give the Kings the series. He's got it unless there's a miracle, but man, this Kings team without SGA is looking tough to beat as the Lakers are 1 second will fall short in game 6. Their season's over as the Sacramento Kings win and move on in the West. What a big time win here in the first round. And now, fellas, we are headed to Toronto, where the North is gonna win here against the Orlando Magic. 6 seconds, Magic down by 6, and it's all over as Orlando falls in the series in 6 games. And this Raptors team, with Drew Holiday now added to the squad, and quickly, who's getting MVP chance, move on. And looking at the stats, Paulo Banchero, 44 points. I mean, how about the game from Paulo and Klay Thompson? 16 points or 15 points off the bench, but it results in a loss as quickly showing out for Toronto. Now moving on, we will go to San Antonio, where the 2-seeded Thunder with Anthony Edwards will beat the Spurs in 6 games. San Antonio made it an interesting one with LaMelo Ball and Wembanyama. However, they will fall in this series 136-121 in Game 6 final, and the Thunder will move on to the second round. And now on to the Garden for Game 7. Curry and Embiid taking on Fox and this Knicks team in a winner-go-home. 44 seconds. Curry step back 3 for the lead. That won't go. And man, if that was the Olympics, that would be right down the bottom of the net. But the Knicks have a chance for the lead. Fox, a quick jumper. It's off. I don't know about that shot, I guess he was going 2 for 1, but here in Game 7, you gotta get a good shot as they swing into the paint. It's stolen. New York on the break. Here come the Knicks, and now with 19 seconds, there's about a 1 second difference between the shot clock and game clock, but the Knicks can get a basket here and end it as the Sixers desperately need a stop to force overtime, although they have 1 timeout. And look at this, there's a mismatch. Robinson against Lowry. Robinson fading. Bang! Mitchell Robinson, the unlikely hero, puts the Knicks up by 2. Are you kidding me? Knicks fans can't believe it either. Timeout, Philadelphia. Now after the timeout, it's gonna be a catch and shoot. 1.1, Philly down 2, go to Curry. No, they're gonna go to Lowry from the logo. And it's off the mark. The Sixers will fall as the Knicks hold on in Game 7, winning by 2 points. Mitchell Robinson, the hero. I still can't believe he did that. And the Knicks will win the series. And oh my goodness, this might be the biggest blowout in the history of Halftime Productions, as Derek White trying to cut it to 67, but it's going to be a 70-point victory in a Game 7 for Zach LaVine and the Pistons. Oh my goodness, Hawks fans, look away. And so after that fun first round, we are now on to the second round. The 8-seeded Bucks upset the Cavaliers, and we had some other great games. But anyways, fellas, hopefully your favorite team is still in it, because we're about to simulate the second round here in Halftime Productions. Which teams will move on to the East and West Finals? Well, guys, let's continue the simulation right now to see what happens. Let's go. The second round will begin in Detroit, where the New York Knicks come up with that Game 7 victory against the Sixers. Will end up getting a sweep here in the second round against Detroit, and that moves them on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Honestly, what a great season though for Zach LaVine as he carried this Pistons team all the way to the second round. And now we are going to Milwaukee, where the baseline jumper from Toronto is no good. Bucks up by 1. They also lead the series, so they're trying to close it out as Morant is off. Toronto the rebound. If they score and win this game, they force 7 as here they come. Scotty Barnes with the ball. This Raptors team, they won in the first round against the Magic in 6, and right now they're on the ropes as the alley-oop to Barnes is good. He didn't dunk it, but he put it in. And Toronto has the lead with 20 seconds. And who will the Bucks go to down the stretch? Will it be Morant or will it be the Greek Freak? Shot clock is off, no timeouts. Morant with the ball. Morant around the screen. 1-on-1 with quickly. Morant in the paint kicks it to Giannis. Giannis with 6 seconds. They can win the series right here. Giannis driving. Scoop layup. Rims out. Toronto forces Game 7 with a stop. Unbelievable finish here in Milwaukee, and this series isn't over yet. We will be back later on for that series in the second round, but now we're headed to LA, where the Clippers will go down. Jamal Murray loses to his former team as this 1-seeded Nuggets squad with Brunson and Jokic is looking unstoppable. As here's a Game 7 between the Thunder and the Kings. Thunder down by 1, 30 seconds, ball in the hands of DeRozan. Sacramento can look for the dagger. They go to Sabonis in the paint. Sabonis, it's in. Kings lead by 3, and now the Thunder need a 3-pointer to keep their season alive. 20 seconds, here's the rookie Topic, and you gotta go to Anthony Edwards in this situation, as Topic with the ball goes to Edwards, Edwards against Herter, Anthony Edwards on the rack attack over 2 defenders, cuts it to 1, but they still need a foul, and they foul Herter, the guy who just got dunked on, and he's upset. Anthony Edwards brought down the rim and the crowd with that, as the first free throw from Herter's no good. Oh my goodness, the Kings, they were just up by 3. Herter needs to get it. It's a 2-point lead. OKC doesn't need a 3, they can tie with a 2. No timeout, 6 seconds, sees him a line. Here is Topic, driving, Topic, opens doors, bang! What are the Kings doing? 0.5 seconds. Shai-Alexander, no. Oh my goodness, the Kings just blew it. And Oklahoma City wins on a Dort 3. They come back, win Game 7, and they eliminate the Kings. And so we saw the Raptors force a Game 7, but they will fall by 4 in that Game 7. So this 8-seeded Bucks team avoids blowing a 3-2 lead, as they will win the series. And so there were 4 teams left here in the simulation after trading the top 30 guards here on this game, as we got Denver versus OKC in the West, and in the East, the Knicks versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Should be an interesting round, but now it's time to find out which 2 teams will move to the championship series in today's simulation. I hope you all have been enjoying it. So fellas, let's keep it rolling. Here we go. And now here we go in New York. It is the Milwaukee Bucks as the 8th seed beating the Knicks, and they didn't even make it close. It was only a 5-game series, as this Knicks team with De'Aaron Fox goes down here in the Eastern Conference Finals, as Morant and Giannis Antetokounmpo, their first year together, head to the NBA Finals, win the series in 5. Jalen Brunson with 44 points in the closeout game for the Denver Nuggets, as they will defeat Anthony Edwards and the Thunder in 6 games. Jalen Brunson on this Nuggets team is an absolute beast. Him and Jokic in their first year together are headed to the finals as well. And so we're down to 2 after trading the top 30 guards in the NBA, as the finals will be the Denver Nuggets with Jalen Brunson and Jokic against the Milwaukee Bucks with Ja Morant and Giannis Antetokounmpo. This should be a good one. So fellas, it is now time to find out who's going to take on the championship. Denver, Milwaukee, up next here in Halftime Productions. It's a Game 6 in Milwaukee, and we are tied at 125 as Brunson makes it a 2-point lead for Denver. And guys, the Denver Nuggets have a 3-2 series lead in the finals, so the Bucks are trying to force 7, and the Nuggets are trying to win it here in Milwaukee, as Morant to Giannis onto the Kupo. This duo is unbelievable. I mean, both these duos are so good, and they meet each other here in the championship series, as Brunson going at Morant, pass fake, ball almost stolen, kicked out, Denver has it, shot clock winding down, MPJ between the legs, oh, the ref's calling a legal screen, other way the ball goes, Jokic commits it. I couldn't really tell, so guys, let me know, was that an illegal screen? And now Milwaukee has it with a chance to win the game in 4-7. What a change of events. These fans are on their feet. Right now, Ja Morant has it, 1-on-1 with Jalen Brunson. Shot clock, game clock separated about 1 second. So here we go, under 10 seconds of the shot clock. Morant to Giannis, it's stolen. Gordon to Jokic, nobody in front. Jokic for the championship. Oh, he blew it. Morant. Are you serious? What just happened? That might be, I'm just saying right now, the craziest ending to a game we have ever seen. Jokic with a chance to win it, misses the point-blank buddy, and Morant wins it on a full-court shot, and he forces a Game 7. And as we go to Denver for Game 7, the Bucks are gonna do it. They're gonna win. And Jokic, that's not the time to get a layup. I mean, I still can't believe he missed that. The Nuggets mentally checked out in Game 7. The Milwaukee Bucks are your NBA champions and winners of today's simulation. Morant gets his first, Giannis his second. An unbelievable story tale ending to this simulation. I mean, can you believe what just happened in Game 6? And the Bucks are celebrating as they should. Jokic, I mean, come on, 2K. That's a 9-9 overall, missing a layup for the championship. And the celebration from Milwaukee and Denver will on to. So, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I definitely got to see your reactions down below in the comments. And I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are all the GOATs. I mean, honestly, this could be a top 3 simulation of all time just by the way it ended. But anyways, as we see, Finals MVP Giannis, but low-key Morant should get it because of that shot. Anyways, fellas, after we traded the top 30 guards, this was the result. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you in the next 2K simulation. As it's Halftime Productions, and we out for today.